More sheets, more problems, at least when it comes to creating a product database in Spreadsheets. I'm Mikey with Plitix, and today I'm going to show you 7 of the most common problems people face when building a database in Spreadsheets. Don't worry though, it's not all negative, because at the end I'm also going to show you an alternative option to Spreadsheets that deals with all these problems like that. Ready? Let's get started. Number 1, adding product information to your database. With Spreadsheets, this generally means a whole bunch of manual data entry, whether it's copying and pasting all the data about your products into whatever spreadsheet option you're using, or, worse yet, entering data points there one by one. If you're getting product information from your suppliers in various spreadsheets, there are ways to merge those spreadsheets into one. And in fact, there are some resources in the description that explain how to do that. But it's not the most efficient process. In the end, it tends to result in a lot of manual updates, copying and pasting, and high probability of human error along the way. That brings us on to number 2, controlling access or permission levels. So you might be thinking, why not give your suppliers the option to upload data to your central spreadsheet directly, to save you the hassle of getting it in there yourself? Well, let's be realistic here. Are your suppliers really going to do that for you? But on top of that, it's kind of a risky option, since spreadsheets are pretty limited in terms of controlling who can do what with your data. Generally speaking, you can either give people permission to just view everything, comment on everything, or edit everything. You can't let people only view or edit the parts that are relevant to them. That means if you've got all your data in one place, which is kind of the goal of having a product database to begin with, it's very difficult to stop people from being able to view or edit things that they shouldn't. And often your only option is to have different spreadsheets for different teams or users, which, again, kind of defeats the point. Luckily, there are ways around this using spreadsheet alternatives though, as they're a bit more advanced and let you keep everything together while controlling who sees and does what. But you'll see what I mean later on. Up next, number 3, collaboration issues. As we all know, teamwork makes the dream work, but not if everyone's getting in each other's way. Have you ever tried to edit something or return to a spreadsheet only to find that another colleague has decided to rearrange the columns or change the formatting? Kind of frustrating, right? If everyone's working from the same spreadsheet, there's no way for everyone to set up the data in a way that's convenient for them. Ideally, you'd be much better off with software that gives each user the option to view the information that's relevant for them in a way that makes sense for them, like what you can see here. That way, the marketing team can easily get an overview of all the marketing material at a glance, logistics can home in on logistics data, sales can... well, you get the idea. But basically, everyone can see what they need, presented whatever way they like, without affecting each other's view. Number 4, dealing with large numbers of products, or SKUs. If you've only got a few simple products, then storing their information in a spreadsheet might not be the worst idea. However, as soon as your catalog starts growing, you're bound to notice that the technical capabilities of spreadsheets are pretty limited when it comes to handling large quantities of SKUs and their associated data. First up, there's the simple issue of loading times. Depending on the software, you might find it takes whatever program you're using a while to open your database when you've got a large number of products. Navigating through all those products in spreadsheets is a pretty slow process too, since spreadsheet programs don't tend to include the advanced search and filtering functions that could otherwise make your life a whole lot easier. What's more, the more products you add, the more complex and cluttered your spreadsheet is going to become. This complexity can lead to difficulty in tracking changes, understanding product relationships, managing variants, you name it. Spreadsheets aren't built to visualize complex product hierarchies or relationships, which makes it challenging to get a really clear picture of your entire product range. Then there's issue number 5, product images. When it comes to managing digital assets like images, spreadsheets just aren't up to the task, simply because they're not designed to store or manage these files directly. You're going to have to store your product images somewhere else and then show them in your spreadsheet in one of 2 equally disappointing ways. Option 1, have a bunch of hyperlinks in your spreadsheet with no quick way to see what each one's linked to without opening the link itself in a new tab or window. So much for getting a quick overview of your data and images at the same time. Option 2, copy and paste an image into a cell directly. That might not sound too bad in theory, but then think about how that's going to affect the layout of your spreadsheet. You can either have an image that's too tiny to be of any use, or have one that's a decent size, but then forces you to make each row massive as a result. Enjoy scrolling up and down that mess for hours, and don't even try it with image galleries, since then that's just going to give you the same problem multiplied by however many images you want to put in one cell. No, in this regard, spreadsheets really just don't cut it. Problem number 6, checking data completeness. Ask anyone in e-commerce about the importance of having complete product information, and once they've thanked you for asking such a fun question, they'll probably tell you that it's essential for any modern brand that's selling on or offline. Any gaps in your product data will lead to some customers not getting the information they need, which is ultimately going to make them less likely to buy. There are some tricks you can do in spreadsheets to help with this though, like using filters to show you the products that are missing a particular attribute. Check the description for more information. However, specialized software can take this idea so much further and save you so much more time as a result. Instead of filtering by individual attributes, you can set up smart lists that automatically include all the products that are missing whatever information you select. Another option could be to go the other way and make a list that only contains products that have all of those attributes completed. Basically, this feature gives you an immediate overview of either the products that aren't ready to be sent to your sales channels and that need completing, or the ones that are complete and that can be safely distributed to all your channels. Combine these lists with other features and you can end up automating so much of your distribution process. But that's another story for another time. Finally, problem number 7, sharing your data with other software and platforms. The complications that come up during this process are probably one of the biggest problems when it comes to using spreadsheets for your product database. And it's all because different sales channels have different requirements, as I'm sure you've noticed. Data that's suitable for Shopify or Magento is going to need reformatting before you can send it to Amazon, Google Merchant Center, or wherever, which means a lot of work on your part. Now, if you use specialized software for your product information, things get a lot simpler, since you can either have different versions of the same data in your software, all in the same place, and then easily use the software to select which data gets prepared for and sent out to each of your sales channels, or better yet, just store one original version of your data and then get the software to adapt it on export for each of the channels you sell on. If you're using spreadsheets though, no such luck. You definitely can't get a spreadsheet program to adapt your data for you at the moment of export. That's just not something they do. As for keeping multiple versions of your data in one place, well, that they can do. But it's going to mean either having multiple sheets or tabs inside your main spreadsheet, or multiple spreadsheets altogether. That separation is then going to give you so much more work if you want to keep everything up to date and accurate in your database, since automatic synchronization between sheets is limited at best and non-existent at worst. So all in all, we're talking a whole lot of problems. Kinda sounds like there must be a better alternative to spreadsheets, right? Right. A much better spreadsheet alternative is product information management, or PIM software. PIM tools are specifically designed to handle all the complexities of product information management, hence the super original name. They offer a wide range of features to help deal with literally all of the issues we've looked at in this video. So, automated import feeds, custom user permission settings, collaboration tools, advanced search and filter functions, integrated digital asset management, completeness attributes, filters, and smart lists, features to help manage multiple channels like data transformation options, different data download options, and/or direct integration with other systems. I know that sounds like a lot, but to be honest, that's not even everything this software can do. If you want to find out the full capabilities, you can start off with the resources linked on screen and in the description. And after that, your best bet is probably to book a demo and get your own personal walkthrough of all the nooks and crannies of this software. It's the fastest way to get a real handle on what this tech can do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more inside e-commerce information, and see you next time.